Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me. It's me. It's Mike Lepre, King Michael. This is legit USFL brought to you by legitpodcast.com. Let's see. It's Christmas. It's my birthday and Christmas and Easter and all those other great things. It is April 28th, 2022. If you're a Giants fan or a Dolphins fan, probably after week 4, we started to get ready to get excited about this day. Joining me is someone who shares my pain. He is a Dolphin fan to match my Giants mania. It is Buddy Thay. What's up, buddy?
Oh, Mike. Although I usually year to year look forward to the NFL drafts in the hopes that my terrible football team, the Miami Dolphins, will select some gem or find some miracle that exists in the college system that hasn't been seen or picked up by any other team, and we'll get them and we'll win the Super Bowl. But each and every single year I'm wrong. And this year, I really have nothing to look forward to because the Dolphins don't have a pick until I think it's the 103rd pick of the draft because we gave everything away for Tyreek Hill this year, which is okay. So,
buddy, with me in the draft, with the Giants having the picks that they have,
we got a lot of
many. There's 5. They had the 5 and the 7. I mean, that trade. I like to thank first of all the really quick. The whole Chicago Bears organization for making that trade with us to get Justin Fields. Buddy, let's get on to the USFL. Now,
football that's actually being played. Yeah.
But here's the thing that I don't think people are figuring out with us. So, through 2 weeks, we've picked 8 games. Correct, bud?
Right.
And Buddy Money there. What is our record?
7-1, Mike. 7-1.
Buddy, how much money can we be making for people right now if they were listening and paying attention?
Lots of money, Mike. 7 wins times whatever they're betting.
Yeah, 1 loss.
1 loss, which was a crapshoot. It was like week 1, right? So
you win money at 3-1. You know that, right?
3-1 is still successful. Yeah, it's over 500. Right.
So we more than doubled that. So what do they make? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Now let's go through really quick through last week's games.
Oh, please,
right?
Yeah.
And then we'll go through this week's games, and we're gonna give people fire again. And you know what?
Fire.
It's like I want people to be listening because that's how this works, and I want them to pay attention, and I want them to pick what we pick.
Right.
Because we're 7-1.
We seem to know what we're doing, Mike.
I definitely know what I'm doing, buddy. I mean, don't make me go into character.
No, please.
This is carrying over from the other NFL. Football is football with me.
Right.
So, but 7-1. This is a half-hour show. We're gonna review last week's games, go over this week's games, and then at 7:35, we'll be back on with the NFL draft live coverage. It's gonna be like, when they would do like NBC would do a Christmas special and they'd have like all the characters from the different sitcoms on.
Right.
That's what it's going to be like for legitpodcasts.com at 7:35.
That's awesome.
We have a bunch of different people stopping in. We're gonna have a great time. But we got a lot of things going on. Buddy, a lot of things going on, man. We last night, me and Joey Paranormal were discussing stuff, and I said to Joe, I said I buy a lot of different domain names.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of great domain names. They're actually worth money, and they all come right to our website. So, as a goof, me and Joe, I looked up for them legitusfl.com, and I looked up legitmemorabilia.com. And they were both available. And Joe made his first purchase into legitpodcast.com. And for $25, we bought those domain names for.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Isn't that another great coup? Because now you just go to legitusfl.com. Same thing, right? They don't have excuses anymore, buddy. No more, buddy. No more excuses.
Takes them
And
right to the money, Mike. Right to the money.
on the website, I don't know if you noticed, we're setting up a store. We're gonna be launching the memorabilia show, which is live stuff. But then, bud, we've got merch. If I had the link, I'd put it in the thing. But we've got merch, like
sweatshirts and T-shirts and hats.
We're going big time, buddy. I don't have to tell you. I don't happen. What happened?
Exploding, Mike. We're exploding. We're like Coca-Cola.
How did this happen? It's like dropping a Mentos and a bottle of Coke and shaking that some bitch up. That's what happened to us, buddy.
Something to do with money. I don't know.
Isn't it bizarre that you've become now a two-show guy?
A two-show cat.
Not only paranormal, but your buddy Money there. You know what I mean? How great is that name to say? Because even I said it to my wife, and she said it out loud herself. I think she enjoyed it.
Buddy Money Thea. I like it.
You have to say the first two quicker.
Right.
Like you wait, you pause on. It's Buddy Money there.
Buddy Money there.
There it is. All right. So last week's games, buddy. First game was the Panthers against the Generals.
Oh my God.
That was like watching paint dry.
Oh, it's terrible. It was a 10-6, right? That was a low-scoring game.
Yep.
But my opinion, the Panthers are like, they have a great defense, and they showed up last week defensively, but their quarterback is absolutely trash. And I was expecting a coach like somebody NFL caliber like they have to maybe put all their hopes into a different, more talented quarterback, but I don't think Jeff Fisher did that.
Oh, on to me. Jeff Fisher did as good as he could losing 10-6.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean?
It's pretty good that they held them to 10, honestly.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It was a great job losing 10-6.
The New Jersey Generals have a pretty good, solid offense from what I remember week 1.
They haven't gotten going yet, though. The quarterback is it hasn't got going yet. I mean, obviously they scored 10 points.
Right, but
I hope it starts clicking soon. All right, so we both got that one right?
Right.
Then second game. Now, I immediately called these teams trash. I hate these teams. They're awful. And I said the worst team was the Maulers.
The Maulers, but I don't know.
We still scored 23 points. Which
scored a lot of good points.
Good defense, I guess.
The defense, the quarterback looked all right. They gave up a few turnovers, but they could do something potentially.
I still think they're trash. I still think they're the garbage of the division. The Panthers are pretty close, but the Maulers are really bad. They don't throw; they run, and they got to depend on turnovers.
Right. And they got to kill it. But they got a solid defense. So that seems to be holding up for a lot of teams in this league. They don't have a great, spectacular offense, but
you gave up 30 points to Philly. You know what I mean? You still gave up 30 to Philly. It's just it's a mirage, that game, because you know what it is. That's two awful teams playing each other, in my opinion. So. Next game, buddy. We were both right with that game, were we not? We both took the Stars because we don't think the Maulers are trash.
Right. The Stars. The Stars. The Stars are actually power ranked number 3rd in the league. They have a pretty decent quarterback. Their favorite is, if they play like they did this past week, they're favored to go on and do better things later in the season. But
yeah, but no.
I know you think they're trash. They have 2 running backs. They have a decent quarterback. Their defense is okay. I mean, they put up 30 points. It's against the Maulers, but I don't know.
They gave up 23 to the Maulers. That's how
they gave up 23 though. So
that's how I look at it. To the Maulers, you know.
To the Maulers, yeah, who have a shit team. Right.
Next game. Here's the game where I lost, but you know what? For the record, I am not making an excuse for my loss. Not at all. But here's what I'm going to tell you, right? And this is the truth. One, the gamblers, they're the team's show's team. I should say.
Right.
So, there's that part of me, and this is a good example and a good, just good example, I guess, for people to follow and not do. This is why I don't bet on the Giants games. because
Right.
I get emotional and I think, oh, they're gonna win this week, right? And then now next thing you know, I'm betting with them. So the same thing with the gamblers happened with me. Remember, I talked myself out of picking the Stallions. I'm like the gamblers' defense. If they get up there quick, they'll make a different game. And I tell you what, buddy. All right, so you won with the Stallions. Great pick. I lost with the gamblers. I should have stayed with my first choice, but whatever.
Maybe.
However, the gamblers did play kind of the way I wanted them to play for a lot of the game. I mean, they only lost by 5, and in the first half, they were winning.
Right. The gamblers, they took away the ball from Birmingham several times on turnovers. They have a really solid defense.
It's just the offense. It's a quarterback. Another
Their
quarterback.
running back is phenomenal. However, their quarterback
Ugh.
has a 48.6% quarterback rating in 2 weeks, Mike. That's terrible. That's like a bad high school player. That's not good.
He's another
48,
one.
Mike.
He's another one. I'm looking trying to figure out where to put the.
It gives me diarrhea thinking about it, dude. That's terrible.
Buddy, he's another quarterback, just like the guy from the Panthers, that absolutely ruins it.
Right. Right.
Like,
Terrible.
If it wasn't for him, his team would be doing well. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. They have a great running back. Got a lot of yards on the ground. Actually, several of the touchdowns that were scored were via the running game and their defense. However, they gave it up too many times, too many interceptions, too many 3 and outs, too many missed passes. He's just not.
He stinks.
He's not a great. That's a running game all day. But then how often can you do the running game and still trick the opponent?
It comes down to what's going to happen when they get up against a team that can play offense.
Right.
Because, again, this is another slightly odd score because that Gamblers defense was very opportunistic. The offense just stinks, but yet the Stallions still dropped 33. Like, I think it's Birmingham and New Orleans. Let's just say that out loud. Like I think those.
Oh, absolutely. New Orleans looks solid. They look like the best team in the league, but we'll get to them.
All right. So, but I think it's those two teams. So Birmingham just chugged out another win, stayed 2-0. Right. They're one of the only.
Jamar Smith coming off the bench for Magoo. That was a great. That's Lou Holtz's son is the coach of that team. Lou Holtz, all-time great Notre Dame coach. He's done some great. He puts all his trust in Jamar Smith, and I don't blame him. Jamar Smith threw for 3 touchdowns. He looked pretty amazing. I mean, granted, they had a few turnovers, but it seems to be the thing in this league. They were to run the ball, pass the ball, score points beyond what Houston could do. So, against a good defense, as we have both said already. So, yeah, I honestly I put money on Birmingham. I don't know about this week, but almost any other week against any of these other teams.
So, buddy, I'm sorry. I'm going to be sidetracked multiple times. We're prepping for the NFL draft, but let's talk about let's talk about ridiculousness. We actually have members of the legit podcast family battling each other right now in text message. I won't mention names. I will not say.
You need to mention names, Mike.
But did you just see the last one? The last.
I haven't been. I haven't. Is there something new going on? I haven't.
Oh yeah.
Oh, of course there is.
Oh yeah, I didn't know what was going on.
Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh my God. See what I mean?
Look at 7 o'clock. What the line was.
Oh God, that's terrible.
Jeez, please.
There's like a, I don't know. Yeah, there might be a line crossed or two, but I don't know. There's one thing between healthy debate and like busting balls and like, I don't know, talking shit. I love talking shit. I'm a Dolphins fan. I talk shit all year long.
Buddy, the only answer is the Thunderdome.
Yeah, right. They're going to get in the ring. They got
2-man enter, buddy.
Yeah.
1 man leaves.
Right. That's the only way to do it. Either that or they do something else. But we don't have to talk about it. We'll do
it. But I just want to bring that up. It's funny to me. Okay. So I should have stayed with my gut, whatever. Like, I kind of know these teams now. I think we both know these teams. There's only 8, and I think we've kind of figured them out in a way.
They're fairly easy to pick out. Yeah.
Next game, final game. Now, but I was trying to tell everybody who would listen to me that I had a lock, a guaranteed lock. I said it multiple times, like on different, like Instagram. It was on TikTok. I'm like, it's a Sunday night is a lock.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
the spread was stupid. I'm like, New Orleans is gonna kill Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay, we both knew Tampa Bay wasn't that good, right?
Right. No,
Like,
Tampa Bay. They were being predicted as being good. They had people were fluffing up their
but
quarterback.
you know who they beat week 1?
Oh, they played the Maulers, right? They played right.
Exactly. That's why they only scored 3 against the Breakers.
So they really didn't have any serious competition to begin with, and yeah, they were in all the news of the USFL. They were originally picked to be like one of the best teams, and I'm not really understanding why.
Yeah, I don't see it at all, my friend. Not at all. So, yeah, the lock was a lock. Like, they won by 31. Like, it almost comes down to it where, buddy, it's like, what else do they want us to tell them? Like 7-1 is there's a lot of work put into 7-1, a lot of thinking, a lot of it. Try to go 7-1 on anything, and then let me know how you make out.
Right?
You know
No,
what I mean?
it's not a common thing. What was I going? I don't know. I was going to say something about. Never mind. We can go on.
We're gonna go on to the next week's games. I gotta just find. All right, here we go. So, why does it have it so that it's April and then? Where the freak am I, man? Week 3. All right, they were all on Sunday. No, two on Saturday.
Right?
2 on Saturday, 2 on Sunday. Right?
Right.
No Friday game this week.
No.
Wait, is there a Friday game?
I
No.
think that's right. No, you sure? Sorry, this is terrible.
No, I got it. Because it's Saturday, April 30th, and then Sunday, May 1st, which is in 2 days. They didn't want to get in trouble with the draft. All right, let's go through this, buddy. Let's rattle it off because we only got a couple minutes.
Yeah, sure.
Bandits play the Gamblers.
Oh my God!
First
Okay,
game,
so
4:00. Tampa Bay, buddy, is favored by 1.
That's crazy.
Over-under is 38.5.
That's crazy. I can't see Tampa's lackluster offense putting up anything against Houston's pretty solid, awesome defense. I think that Tampa Bay got run over this past week, and like you say, they beat the Maulers in week 1. So how good were they really to begin with?
All right, but wait, before you say that, I'm gonna just drop this on you. Here's what the weird thing is. The Gamblers won week 1 against the Panthers, and only beat them 17-12.
That's
so
true.
I've been suspect of the Gamblers QB for a while.
Oh, he's
then,
terrible.
Then their second game, they lose to the Stallions, 33-28.
They put up a better fight in the game.
Defense is great. That's why it's the best front 7 in the whole league. So, is this Bandits team, that quarterback, are they good enough to beat this defense? Because I can't see the Gamblers scoring. Well, then again, the Panthers, they gave up a lot of points last week. The Bandits
running game, they gave up a lot but they put up a lot of points against a pretty an undefeated right now team.
Yeah, so you got to go with the Gamblers. I think
I'm gonna go with the Gamblers on this one, Mike.
Yeah, I'm with you. I got to go with the Gamblers. That's like you got to do it because the Bandits not showing me anything.
I think they can.
It's gonna be a low scoring game. The over under is 38.5. I might even go under for crap's sake.
I'd go under. Yeah,
it's gonna be all right, we're both taking.
Tampa Bay has put up 20 points in 2 weeks. I don't. If that.
All right. Second game, buddy. Stallions, the 2-0 Stallions against the 2-0 Breakers. New Orleans is favored by 3.5. The over under is 44.5. Can I go first?
Go ahead, please.
This is the game where the Breakers show how good they are, how they're the best team in the league. Because if you go back to last week again, and we're just using this as examples, the Stallions scored 33 against the Gamblers, which is really good, right? But gave up 28. You don't want to be giving up 28 to the Gamblers because what are you going to give up to the Breakers? That offense drops bombs. Like that offense scores. So if you give up that much points to a horrible quarterback, What are you going to give up to playing the Breakers? I like the Breakers minus 3.5.
All right, Mike. I'm gonna say I think they're gonna go over. I'm gonna take the Breakers all day. Birmingham, while I think their quarterback is pretty good, they have a pretty good offense. They still turn over the ball. Their defense gave up 28 points to Houston, who has a poor quarterback. I mean they have a decent running game, and some of those touchdowns came to were defensive turnovers. But I honestly, New Orleans, their quarterback is really solid. He's thrown like seven. I think he's thrown seven touchdowns in 2 weeks. They have a solid running game. They have a solid defense. I'm going to go New Orleans all day.
All day and twice on Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. People asking for the link already. Not on me. All right, let's get 2 more games. Then on Sunday, buddy, look at this game. This is a game that no one wants to watch, even the coaches. The Maulers play the Panthers. 0-2 Maulers, 0-2 Panthers. Now, Michigan's favored by 2.5. I think Michigan wins by 2.5. I think he puts together a good enough game, Jeff Fisher, to beat this super team, the Maulers.
I am going to go ahead and disagree with you right there, Mike.
There we go.
While we don't like Pittsburgh and we just have been picking on them awful, they did put up a lot of points this past week, and they almost pulled something off against who?
Pittsburgh was playing the Philadelphia Stars.
It's a decent team as well.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They're like middle of the road,
and
Mike.
then week one, Pittsburgh lost to the Bandits 17-3, making everybody think the Bandits were good. But go ahead.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna say the Maulers are gonna pull their heads out of their helmets and they're gonna play some football. All right. And Michigan is gonna continue to suck because that's what Michigan does.
Okay. Last game, Generals play the Stars. This is two teams. What's funny is both 1-1. Two teams I don't know. Like I don't know if they're gonna get going. But they got Philadelphia -1. I think the Generals pull this one off.
The Generals played Birmingham week 1, and they looked pretty good, but they looked awful last week. Where Philly is vice versa. I'm gonna go with Philly on this one because I'm hearing some good things about their quarterback, and the media expects the Philly quarterback to come to life this week. So I'm gonna go with Philly.
All right. Well, look, if you're listening, take what we said as money. Buddy money there.
Buddy money there.
And go get some money. Buddy, we're going to sign off, get ready for some legit fantasy football in the NFL draft. So, for Buddy money there, it's me, Mike Lepre, King Michael. This was legit USFL. We'll be back next week for a full hour, but it's the draft, baby. Stay tuned. Come back and see us in about 5 minutes. We'll be ready to rock. We are...